Hi everyone, welcome back to the Student Pages podcast. I'm joined today by Shosh. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
What does your t-shirt say?
It says vaccinated and ready to commit tax fraud.
Amazing. Yes, G, love it.
That's the best reaction I've got from it so far. No one's ever. People
No,
have
I'm
just.
here for it. I'm here for it.
I read somewhere, by the way, that you're American born. Are you American?
I am. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've spent like half my time in the UK and half my time in America, so my accent's like, to be honest, the UK accent is the dominant accent. When you go back to America, they all want you to speak as much as sort of British as possible. And when you come to the UK, they want you to speak as British as possible as well. So there's no one really wants you to be rolling through with a Yankee accent. But whenever I go, whenever I talk to my parents, it really comes back because they're both pretty American. Yeah, yeah. I was born in Chicago.
Nice.
Rep it all the time. Yeah, but UKG all the way as well. So yeah, bit of a...
Well, yeah. So, how did you get when did you move over?
I moved over when I was 14. Didn't even start sort of thinking about garage until I was 20 something. So
What's the perception of garage in the US?
they've got a scene over there and it's really popping off. Like, if you know the Night Bass crew, like AC Slater and that, and they're really repping the kind of new wave of garage, like the kind of 4/4, like new UKG sound. Like, they've got garage producers over there making bangers that I play on the show, like Hans Glader is one of them, and AC is releasing UK garage. The fact that new UKG has a lot of like bass house influences, it's more 4/4, it's more like bass driven, and so I think they found like a kind of comfortable little place to sit with that sound. So yeah.
Was there much sort of old UK garage in the US, or is garage kind of a new thing?
I don't think they had the old school. I don't think they get the concept of like Iron Appa 8. Like, I don't, do you know what I mean? I think that was very much a UK sound, like the old UKG, like Oxide Neutrino, DJ Like an MC Nee, like Sweet Female Attitude, Dennis G, like all that kind of old UKG sound is very much like a British thing. And it didn't even really work like outside of the UK, like people in France didn't get UKG, and never really caught on in Europe. But yeah, the new wave of UKG is a lot more kind of dance friendly, and it's definitely getting out there a lot more, which is exciting.
When did you realize that you really liked garage, and what came first? You liking garage or being a DJ and producer?
Liking garage massively. So I run a label. It's kind of a brand and a dance collective called 24 Hour Garage Girls. And we started at Boomtown. We basically just wanted to play UK garage to people and have a rave up. So we started doing that, and the artists that I was booking weren't playing UKG. They were playing like booty bass or like funky house or, sort of a breakbeat and like all the kind of genres around it. But it was really hard to get people to play garage. So I started falling out with the artists that I was booking. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it myself because, if you want something done properly, do it yourself kind of thing. And I learned to mix. And then after a while of DJing, it was just kind of essential to start producing because, that's kind of the next step for a DJ, isn't it? Start filling their set out with their own production. So kind of been a really organic process, but I love it. I love where I am.
How long, actually, just in general, because I used to live with DJs, and I always wonder, like, how long does it take you to get good at that?
That's a good question, actually, because it's like a slippery slope. To be able to like complete a set in public, it doesn't take that long. If you practice a lot and you have all your tunes ready and you know what you want to do, you could be ready in like a month or something. It doesn't take too long. But feeling comfortable up there and then getting cocky and switching up and going like off the script, as it were, that can take like a couple of years.
I was rubbish at it when I used to try and mix and some big decks in the kitchen, and I used to try and I'd only do grime because it's all 140. I had a great time, but then anything else I was just like, oh no, it's fine, I'll just listen to you guys.
I have it like the DJ schools are great for people who are really focused and really want to do it, but it's weird seeing like a whole generation of people be pushed into schooling with DJing because it's really a vocation. It's not really a career that's very stable or that can offer you much, you know, in terms of like money and stability and consistency and all that kind of stuff. You know, it can be like a real uphill struggle. So it seems weird that people are getting pushed into it if they're not that serious about it. I think that you should only really pursue it if you are like crazy passionate about it. It's a vocation, isn't it? Like the world doesn't really need more DJs. It needs like more doctors and more teachers and like, do you know what I mean? People who do like really fundamental stuff. The thing is, DJ schools are great if you are really passionate about it and you feel like that's what you want to do and you don't have somewhere to go, and it helps. It's like, you know, 200% amazing for those people. But then I know as well, I personally know like parents who push their kids into it at like 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. And I'm like, you realize that might not be like a good life for them. they're gonna spend a lot of time drinking in dark rooms, worrying about who they are and whether anyone likes them, getting underpaid, working for free. You know, it's not really the best career choice to be like shoving your like 10-year-olds into, but you know,
that seems so crazy to me that a parent would be like, come on, Sam, you're in year 9 now, you need to
time to buckle down.
Your USBs are thin on the ground with the garage bangers.
Yeah, if I don't see you double dropping in 2 weeks, you're grounded, you know. That kind of thing. Like, okay. Big up all the kids that are really dedicated though. That is sick. That is really sick.
What's the trajectory then from being someone who DJs sort of as a hobby to then presenting on Kiss?
I wish I could tell you what I did, but I don't know. Like, they came to me and I had to audition, but they invited me to come and audition. I mean, the thing is, before I started at Kiss, I wasn't a presenter. I never ever spoke. I never got on the mic unless I'd had a few drinks. I don't like the sound of my own voice at all. That's why I'm a producer. But they invited me to come on because I had been running a garage label for a while. I was curating a lot of lineups at festivals. So I was kind of picking the artists that I wanted to see come through. Like, I curated lineups for Boomtown and Glastonbury and things like that. And we brought like a really nice mix of old school and new school and kind of blended it all together. And I think that's kind of what they wanted from the show. I got invited to audition for that reason. But honestly, as well, it's a very hard job and it's like a ticking time bomb every week. Like, you have to be so dedicated to be delivering all the content on time and working with the crew at Kiss to make things happen. And I think they just knew I was a really hard worker. They knew I was like consistent. I reached my deadlines, I'm quality consistent. And I think that was probably one of the biggest contributors to me getting the job, to be honest.
Is that a lot to manage then with Kiss and 24-hour Garage Girls, and you've got a production course as well, right?
Yeah, since events have been back, it's insane. Like, I'm still getting like my 7 hours. Like, I can't live without getting my 7 hours sleep. But apart from that, I'm pretty much working all the time. Yeah.
What's your favorite festival, by the way?
Oh, good question. I gotta say Boomtown because they're like my home. I've been working with Boomtown for like nearly a decade now. They were the guys that gave us our first opportunity, and yeah, all my kind of raving family are there, and yeah, it's probably my home away from home. So yeah, Boomtown fair.
Like, would you say like your favorite memories of DJing are at Boomtown?
Yeah, I'd say so. Either that or Outlook Festival. Yeah. I remember I played the beach party at Outlook Festival, and you know what it's like when the sun's setting and you've had a couple of drinks and you're just in that zone, that like happy place. And I was playing and I looked out and there was a crowd of happy faces, and then I just kind of moved on and there was just like a row of palm trees and then the sea and like a sunset, and I was just like, God damn, like this is such a privilege, you know. It's such a big privilege, such an honor to be, you know, able to play people music in that environment and that really special kind of moment for everyone. So yeah, probably Outlook and Boomtown.
Like, it's like those are two festivals that I've really wanted to go to, but I haven't had the chance to go to either.
Get in there. Honestly, Outlook's one of the most amazing events. It really is.
Like if you're going to like a night, are you pretty much always you only go if you're, you know, mixing there, or would you go and like see something?
I don't often go out. No, I don't. I'll be honest. Sometimes I will go to support like a friend, you know, if they're playing or something, but I like, because the nightclub is like my office.
Yeah.
I don't really see it in the same light that other people see it. Like if I go to a club or a festival and I have to queue and then I have to stand in the crowd and get pushed around and have really loud music in my face, I don't really like it. It feels like the bad side of what I do every weekend. When I like to socialize and unwind and shit, I like having house parties. I like kind of getting like my people like with me in a room, getting all the drinks and stuff in and just having a good drink and a smoke and a catch up and that.
Have you ever seen like a DJ set that blew your mind?
Yeah, 100%, yeah. And obviously the garage scene's come on quite a way since lockdown. So I was really curious to see what kind of set he'd build, like what kind of tunes he'd bring into it. And it wasn't as much garage as I thought. There was a lot of other genres that were coming in and out of it. But yeah, it was really inspiring. It was interesting. Like he was kind of feeding other vibes into the garage sound through the set, and like full deck mixing is always really fun to watch as well. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Oh my God. I'd love to see Conductor. That'd be amazing.
It was one of those sets where you're like there going, and then it like triple drops. So you're like, oh, come on. You know, just like every couple of minutes, you're like, oh, no way, fucking, you know, like just everyone really gassed. It was a lot of movement, a lot of energy. It's good.
That's what UK music's about, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It gets you more hyped than American music.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming on, Shosh. I really appreciate you coming, especially when you have so much stuff to be getting on with.
No problem. I'm set up for the day now. You're waking me up.
Yeah, no, likewise. Yeah, thanks again. And thanks everyone for listening or watching to the Student Pages podcast. See you next time.
Woo! Big up all you student crew. Bop, bop, bop.